Good morning students, this is Bhavani working in Government Polytechnic College in Medak. So subject programming NC. So today we will be discussing about the difference between the algorithm and flowchart and simple problems in algorithm also. Let me see. So today we will discuss about the algorithm, difference between algorithm and the flowchart and problems in algorithm. In the last class we discussed steps involved in development of the algorithm and advantages and disadvantages of the algorithm. In the last class we discussed it. So what is an algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but the step-by-step procedure to solve the problem. Yeah, and our algorithm was developed by algorithm is an Arabic inverter. So he started the writing the programs in familiar programming languages. So he developed the algorithm. The word comes from the algam, the process of doing. So algorithm, arithmetic becomes a algorithm and algorithmic. So here we will be discussing the flowchart both. So in the algorithm we have that features, that is an input, output, definiteness, finiteness and next effectiveness. So these are the 5 features we will be using, and we studied the advantages and disadvantages of the algorithm also, and examples also we saw in the algorithm. Now the differences between algorithm and the flowchart. The flowchart is nothing but it is a pictorial representation to solve the problem or the plan to solving the problem, the flowchart. So both will be using to solve the problem only. For problem solving approaches we will be using both algorithm as well as the flowchart. So algorithm is a step-by-step procedure. Coming to the flowchart is a pictorial representation of the algorithm. Is a pictorial representation. Algorithm is a step-by-step instructions that solve the problem, is an algorithm. Flowchart is the pictorial representation of the algorithm. It is a symbolic, it is a diagrammatic representation. Here we will be using the drawing tools. Algorithms gives the verbal representation which is almost similar to English. Like English only we will be making. So algorithm is an verbal representation which is almost similar to the English language. Coming to the flowchart, it is an pictorial representation. Here we will be, it is a pictorial representation. It is suitable for the large and modular programs. So algorithm you can be write for the large programs, it is suitable for that. Coming to the flowchart, it is suitable for the small programs only, because we will be using more symbols, it will be get the confusion part, we can't draw the large. So that's why it is suitable for the small programs only. For the algorithm you can be write it is suitable for the large. So algorithm is an easy to understand because we are writing in the step by step, so that's why it is easy to understand. While coming to the flow chart, to understand the flow chart, one has to familiar with the symbols. If you learn the symbols, then we can be understand the flow chart. If you don't know the symbols, then it is very difficult to understand also. Drawing tools are not required because it is very English, similar to English language, so we will be making in the statements, so that's why it does not require the drawing tools. While coming to the flow chart, we require the drawing tools because we will be making the diagram in pictorial, so that's why we need require the drawing tools is required here. So algorithm can be typed, so reproduction is easy because it is like an English, so we can be typed in the computer, we can be reproduct it. If you want to modification any changes, you can be reproduction is possible, so it is an easy. Coming to the flow chart, we have to draw the symbols, so it is typed only, but reproduction is difficult because in the flow chart cannot be typed, so reproduction is problem. So here we will be making the typing in the algorithm, so reproduction is easy. Coming to the flow chart, here we cannot be type here, reproduction is possible, is a problem because we have to be draw the symbols. In drawing symbols, here we cannot be typing, we are typing means for modification, for reproduction is very difficult here. It is independent of programming language because algorithm is not depend on the any other language. We have to predefine standard symbols only. Here we have to use the symbols, so the standard symbols only we have to draw it. Let's go for the examples in the algorithm. So sum of three numbers. Step 1, we have to read the three numbers x, y, z. We are taking the three variables x, y, z. Step 2, sum is equals to x plus y plus z, because here sum, we have to add the three numbers x plus y plus z. Three numbers we have to be add and we have to be stored in the sum. Next, print sum. So the answer will be storing in the sum, that's why we are printing the sum only. And next, end, stop. So for the sum of three numbers, we require the three variables x, y, z. You can be take the a, b, c, you can be take the p, q, r. So different variables you can be take it, but taking numbers, taking alphabets in the lower case only. So we are taking the three numbers x, y, z. So adding the three numbers x, y, z and storing the sum only. And the after calculating, after computing, we have to be store the result in the sum. The result will be stored in sum. So that's why the output will be the output will be present in the sum. Then stop. Okay, and next we will go for the sum of to check whether given number is positive or not. So here number means how many variables we required. Here we are taking only the number 1, that is a number. And next, if you want to above means it is greater than means a positive, if below means it will be negative. So based on that we have to be checked whether given number is positive or not. Let me see. Step 1, reading the number x, reading the number only. Next, number greater than 0. Number, if I go for the 5 greater than 0, so condition is true, so given number is positive, you will be getting. If I print the 0, so it is an origin. If I give the -1, so -1 is greater than 0, so it is then false, it will be go. So go to step 3. In the step 3 what we will know, go to step 4. In the step 3, print the number is positive and stop. So that's why if I use the 5 means 5 greater than 0, condition is true, so it will be go to the step 3, that is then given number is positive, 5 is then positive. If I give the -5, for example -5, so -5 is greater than 0, minus greater, so it is then false, it will be go to the else part, that is in step 4. The number is negative and stop. So for to checking the given number is positive or negative, we are reading the number as in one variable, and we will be checking with the greater than. We are using the relational operator greater than symbol. If condition we have to be used, if number greater than 0, number greater than 0, if condition is true, it will be print the positive number. If number is negative, it will be print the number is negative, it will be go to the step 4. So we saw the two examples, sum of three numbers, and next to checking the number is positive and negative. And next example we will be seeing sum of algorithm to find Fahrenheit temperature. To find the Fahrenheit temperature, we have the formula is there. Let me see. To find Fahrenheit, we have to read the centigrade. We have to read the C, centigrade reading. Read centigrade temperature. F is equals to 9/5 into C plus 32. This is the formula we have to be using. 9/5 into C plus 32. So F is equals to 9/5 into C plus 32. Next the output will be printing, so the output is stored in the Fahrenheit. So output will be print in the Fahrenheit temperature. If I use the centigrade, C is equals to 5. 9/5 into 5 plus 32. First it will be multiplied. First it will be calculated. 5 plus 32, 37. Then 9/5, and it will be calculated. The output will be print in the Fahrenheit temperature. And next stop. So to find the Fahrenheit temperature, we have to using the formula F is equals to 9 by 5 into C plus 32. Next, finding the largest of three numbers. So to find the largest of three numbers, we require the three numbers, number 1, 2, 3. So reading the numbers A, B, C. So A greater than B, then go to the step 5. A value 5, B value 6. So 5 greater than 6. So condition is true or false. So it is an false. So it has to be go to else part, step 3. In the step 3, B greater than C. B greater than C. B value 6, C value 7. So if it is great, print the B is great, but it isn't false. False means it has to be go to step 7. Step 4, we have the print C is the largest and go to C. Step 5, and A and C also we have to be check it. A greater than C. So if condition is true, A greater than, that is an A value 5, A greater than 7. So condition is false. So that's why it will be print the step 7. In the step 7, what we having, C is largest. Stop. False means else statement, it will be go to the step. A value 5, B value 6, C value 7. Which is the highest value? 7 is the largest value. So now A greater than B, 5 and 6 it will be check it. 5 greater than 6. So condition is false. So false means, so 6 is great, 5 is greater than 6. Condition is false. False means it will be go to step 3. Step 3 again 6 and 7 it will be check it. 6 and 7, 6 greater than 7. So condition is six greater than 7. So condition is false. So it will be go to step 3. False. False means else. ట్రూ అయితేనేమో బి ఈజ్ లార్జెస్ట్ అవుతుంది, లేకపోతే 7 అవుతుంది, అంటే స్టాప్ అవుతుంది. కానీ ఇక్కడ మనకి సి వాల్యూ ప్రింట్ కావాలి. మళ్ళీ ఇట్ విల్ బి గో టు ద ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 7. సో ఏ వాల్యూ 5 greater than 7, ఇట్ విల్ చెక్ ఇట్. సో కండిషన్ ఈజ్ ఫాల్స్. సో ఫాల్స్ అంటే ఎల్స్ గో టు ద 6. 6లో ఏముంది మనకి, సి ఈజ్ గ్రేటెస్ట్ అని ఉంది. సో సి వాల్యూ అనేది ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది. So while using the largest of three numbers, we have to write the condition for the three things. First we have to write the A greater than B, and next B greater than C, and next A greater than C. We have to compare with the all three, A, B, C. All three numbers has to be compared. So all the numbers we need to compare and we have to be check it. Next, factorial of n number using this simple algorithm. So we have to read the n number n, A value n, B is equals to n. If I go for the 5, n value 5, n value 5. A value 5, B value 5. Now B value, what is the B value we having? 5. 5 minus 1, how much? Minus 1, 4. In the B value, what it will be having? We have the 4 will be there. Okay, and A is equals to A into B. What is an A value? 5. 5 into 4, 20. A becomes the 20. B is not equals to 1 because it has to be go to step 3. Again it will become here. Okay, B value 4 minus 1, it becomes the 3. Okay, A value 20, B value 3. How much it will be? The 60. Okay, A becomes a 60, B value. So till the A becomes is not equal to 1, it becomes equal to 1, then it will be printed the A value. So A becomes a 60. Next, B minus 1, 3 minus 1, B becomes the 2. 2 means 60 into 2, 120. A becomes the 120. Now B, n minus 1, 1, n value B becomes a 1. Okay, 120 into 1, 120. Next, B becomes a 1 minus 1, 0. It is not equal to 0. It is a B equals to 1. So condition is true. We have the 120 is an output. Factorial of the 5. So we will be getting the 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 5 4s are 20. 20 into 3, 60. 60 into 2, 120. The output is 120. So like that you will be calculated. Next we will go for the leap year. So we will get the leap year. Every 4 years we will be get the leap year. So for the year we are taking the one variable, year only. Start, read year, compute year. So while here we will be doing the modulus of 4. For the modulus we have to calculate the remainder answer, not the coefficient answer. We have to read the remainder answer. Here modulus of 4 is 0. If it is year, leap year. Print the result. Stop. For example, year is 2021. What we have to do? We have to divide it by the 4. Divided by 4 means 4 1 is 4, 4 5 is 20, 0. Again 4 5 is 20. You will get the remainder 1. You have to get the 0. We will get the 1. So year is not the leap year. Result, it is not the leap year. Just we are using only if condition. We are not going for the else part here. We are using only the else if condition. We have to use the else part also. So 2021 is not the leap year. Okay, we studied the algorithms, sum of three numbers, sum largest of three numbers, Fahrenheit temperature, centigrade temperature, factorial, and next whether given number is negative or not, and leap year. So these are the examples we studied in the algorithm. So we discussed about difference between algorithm and the flowchart. Algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve the problem. Flowchart is a pictorial representation for solve the problem. Both. And simple algorithms examples we studied. Let's go for the quiz, which gives the pictorial representation to the problem. Algorithm, program, flowchart, none. So pictorial means C, flowchart. Flowchart is the correct answer. The symbols are used in algorithm, flowchart, program, none. So symbols where we will be using in the flowchart. Algorithm, English only. It can be typed, where it cannot be typed in the flowchart. Here we will be using only the symbols in the flowchart. So answer is flowchart only. So which is easy to understand? Program, flowchart, algorithm, none. So easy to understand means algorithm, because to understand the flowchart we need to learn the symbols, then only. So easy to understand means algorithm. C is an algorithm. Algorithm is the correct answer. Yeah, algorithm. Write an algorithm to find sum of first and even numbers. Even numbers we need to print it to check whether given number is even or odd. You can write it. So we studied about the difference between algorithm and flowchart, and smallest of three numbers. So explain which is the better to understand between algorithm and flowchart. The differences. next class we'll discuss the flowchart symbols, advantages and disadvantages, and the examples of the flowcharts. In the next class we will be discussing.
ఫోన్ నుంచి ల్యాప్టాప్కి రావాలి. కేబుల్ ఏది? చార్జర్ కేబుల్ చార్జింగ్.
Okay, thank you, girls.